All right, the parable of the castle and this earth that you live in. Let's tie some things together on this, okay? So, with every castle, there's a watchtower usually. Now, not all castles have watchtowers. There's things that look like castles or fortresses, like stadiums or whatever, the stadums. They don't necessarily have a watchtower to climb up on, okay? So, this castle that we live in, it has walls and barriers, and it has a marketplace. And this marketplace is where you buy and sell things that are right next to you. And then you take it home and you put it in your body, you put it in your heart, you go back to it, you love it. So, this marketplace, there's things going on in it. And if we have the eyes and ears to hear, we can learn about this castle. We can learn about the different rooms in the castle and such, because we as the people in the marketplace aren't necessarily allowed in that castle to look around, okay? And in order to learn things, we might have to dress up, or we might have to act under the law and sneak in to learn about the inner ways of the castle. Okay, so you may decide to sign up as a guard once you hear certain things, and you want to work for the king, or you hear things coming. You might want to work for that king that's coming in and actually work against the things that are inside the castle now, because you know that castle, there's something wrong in that castle, and the people can't leave that castle, and they're all with the artificial lights and all these things. They don't understand what's the freedom outside that castle. Okay, so the people in the castle, all right, that is the Jew man. The Jew man has been scattered among all nations. The Jew mans are the ones who have stolen the inheritance of God, because there are 12 tribes that have been created, and the Jew is only one tribe, and they're saying that their founder was made of God, but he wasn't. Jesus was telling him that he was the Alpha. Okay, so that's where you get two kingdoms, two ways: the Jews' law versus the Gentiles. The law was not made for the Gentiles. Okay, the law was made for the beast man, the Jew man, the you man, the sheep, the beast. Okay, so this castle, all right, people have been living their life behind the walls and behind the barriers, and they have the people up in the front of them in the marketplace, telling them how to live their life, what to eat, what to buy, how to think, whatever, okay, to take their mind off being locked up in that world. Okay, now this new kingdom that's coming, he's going to open up the castle, okay, where the people can leave and go and get natural light and different things. So in the marketplace, we hear of a place called a watchtower. Okay, I heard about the watchtower in 1991 when I was 14 years old, and that's when I decided to start finding a way up into that watchtower. Okay, and on my way to that watchtower, it's a scary place getting up there, because it's all dark. It's a spiral staircase getting up there. You don't know if you're going to lose your footing and fall and go to your death or what. Okay, you have to trust your hands, you have to trust your feet, and you have to trust God, and you have to have faith to get you up to that tower. Okay, to get to that high place. So as that spiral staircase is going around, there's probably 7 torches up there, and it's tied to the 7 spirits of God and the 7 colors of the rainbow, and all those come together to create one light. And you get up there, you're in that one light. That's a natural light. Okay, that's of the God. The the Lord God is down there in the castle, and he's giving you that light, okay? And that castle is basically Eden, where you're put in that realm, okay? That was the garden of God that King of Tyrus took over. The garden of God had all the stones in there. So it makes sense, if you're the king of the world, if you're Satan and you're trying to control man, that you'd come into the garden of God to collect all the stones, so you could control all the men and control all the tribes. And this is where you see him coming in as the Son of God, the Lord God, from the generations of man, coming in and he's setting the garden eastward. So either way, y'all. The watchtower, okay? When you start climbing up there, you start getting people to say, you shouldn't be doing that. You don't need to be going there. Better come back. Okay? And then all of a sudden, you stop hearing those voices. They stop calling you. You start living a different life because you're in that spiral. You're in that darkness. And the people have kind of lost contact with you. They can no longer hear you or see you or whatever. And they've kind of left you behind. And then when you get to the top of the tower, you're so far away and so high up, you're like, hey, look down, look, it's me. And they can't recognize you. Because you're not the same guy. You're smaller to them than you were. But you know what? We may be smaller to them, but we're on that higher spot looking down on them, and we're looking out there, and we can see the armies approaching. We can see this king approaching. And when this light, this world, this castle is in this darkness, but this light is changing, and this new light of this new king is coming. And as this new light is coming, we're up there on the watchtower looking out, and we can see who it is. It's not who they said it was. It's the good king. We're inside the bad king. But the bad king has cast a spell on the people. And they're going to rise up. And they're going to shed their own blood to keep that king, when that king's going to be killed anyways, because these armies are all gathered around the world. So when we're up on that watchtower and we're yelling down at that marketplace, the marketplace is getting louder and louder and louder because they can feel the ground shaking. They know the king's approaching, but they can't see, they can't hear, because they've been blinded, they've been deafened by all the noise, by all the walls in the marketplace. And the guards, the gardens, they're there. They start to run around and they collect y'all. Start giving you swords. So those who can kill by the sword will be killed by the sword. And if you're up there on the watchtower, you brought your sword with you, you're in that winning position, because as each man comes up, you're going to stab him in the heart. You're going to stab him in the heart, stab him in the heart, one by one, until there's no more way to get in. And then when it's all over, you can take those men out one by one and come down to the king. When the sun is there's the dawn, the day, and the night. Okay? This dawn has already risen. Okay? The sun went dark with Obama. And then the dawn risen. And now you're going to get that heat of the day. When the market is not used to the sun. It's used to the darkness. They're not used to the light or the dark. Okay? So when these things come over the marketplace, they start running rampant. So this is where Obama, the dark sun, came over the marketplace. He changed things in America. He got the market running. Okay? Running for shelter, helter, and the shade, the Hades. The Hades. Hey, D. Hey, Don. So the darkness came over the nation. And then you have the new dawn rising. He's telling the marketplace, hey, we got to protect our nation. We got to make it great again. We got to protect these walls. We got to build up a new wall. There's something coming. And then you have the people coming in to take down the castle. But the people taking down the castle are setting up the new king. But the people in the marketplace don't understand what's going on. So as the sun's coming over and the heat's coming over, that Biden is that sun going behind the eclipse. That's where he's making you worship the mark. Worshiping the Lord's name in vain. Adon means the Lord. So then you have that. And then you have the worship of his name. That's the MAGA. Worship of Trump and those things. That would be DeSantis. And then the worship of his number. That's Musk. And these are the three kings coming in to act as one. And then you have Trump, the father figure and cornerstone and capstone. Okay, he's setting up the new and taking out the old. And the marketplace, they're used to this artificial light. They're not used to real light. They're used to the things in the marketplace. So when this heat starts coming over, when the heat of the day starts getting there, they're going to run to the shelters. And that's the hell tears, and the shade, and the Hades. Okay? So, they're going to run to that. And as they do that, they scatter the marketplace. The marketplace shuts down. And the city basically, or the castle basically locks down itself. And they wait for the heat of the day to stop. And after the heat of the day stops and the war kind of settles down, then you can start going into the cool of the night for the musk and the dusk. And then we'll have that new setting after that. So, the thing that's going on now is the church is under that mass delusion. The world is under that mass delusion. They are under that old castle. And that castle is going to be changed up. It's going to have a whole new way. And this castle is going to be opening up to where you have freedoms out there, to where you can go and explore the world. Okay? But it's going to be in a different way because it's a different king and all these other things. Okay? So right now you have a king that rules with armor on. Okay? Next you're going to get the king without the armor, in a matter of speaking. But as the kings are changing or whatever, it's going to take out the old right as it's bringing in the new right. So the old right is going to be taken down into the right and Ron. The Ron to Satan. The Santa for the 2025 Christmas spirit. Because you're not going to have your rapture for Christmas. Okay? And the present for the serpent. And then you have the balls for the bell worship on the tree of life. And all those things, dude. It's all there in front of y'all. Okay? Christmas is Satan's birthday. It's not the birth of Jesus. Okay? So everything has been twisted. If you believe like the world, you believe the lie. Okay? The Jews, they teach everybody in the world, who's the sons of God? The Jews. Lie. Okay? We can go back to the Bible and we can actually prove it now and teach it very clearly so y'all can understand who Adam is. He's the son of man. Okay? Jesus is the Alpha. He's the one in Genesis 1. He's the one who says all things are good. He's the Christ, the Son of the living God. The Antichrist is against man. The Antichrist is saying man can't do all things. The man and woman shall withereth away. Okay? The male and female keep going. And the man and woman, they've already been given the mark. And now they're going to be given the name and the number. And they're going to go down and wither away. With the old heaven and the old earth, as the new heaven and new earth set up, the new castle, Jesus, the King, the living God, the one who says we can do all things. Okay? He's coming. That's where you get your internet. That's where you get the cloud with the bow and the AI, the eye of God looking upon you. All these things, okay? It's all right there in front of you, and the Jews looking for a carnal sign will not see it. Okay? They've been blinded by the light of this world.